Good day and welcome to Rise, Wine and Dine. Today in my kitchen we are making homemade macaroni and cheese for individual servings. So our ingredients today, what we'll need is onion, garlic, elbow macaroni, tomato soup, summer savory, pineapple, breadcrumbs, Parmesan cheese, and old cheese. So you'll also need about 1 tablespoon of coconut oil, which we have now melted down on about a medium heat. And what we're going to do now is saute our onion, and also our garlic. So when the onion and garlic is sauteed, we will come back and show you what this looks like. So right now we have our onions and garlic sauteing, and we're not going to saute them too long because my husband and I don't like them over sauteed. So we just want to get like the crunch out of the onion and the garlic pretty much just, warmed up. So what we're going to do now is take this off the burner because it's at the point where we like it. If you want to saute yours longer, you go right ahead. So into my pot right now, I'm getting ready to boil my macaroni. What I've done is I put some coconut oil down and around my pot. See that? And we're just going to let this heat up. The coconut oil or olive oil, putting it into your water, what it does is it just keeps the pasta from all sticking together. So that's why we do that. So to the water right now, I'm just going to add some salt. And our water is at a boiling point. So we're going to add to this our macaroni. And what I'm going to do is stay near my pot as it's boiling, because you want to watch that, number one, your pot doesn't overboil, and also that your macaroni doesn't stick on. So you want to stay handy. You want to stay close to your macaroni as it's boiling. So when this is boiled and it's done and complete, we'll come back and show you what it looks like. So I have my macaroni drained, and to this right now we're going to add our sauteed onion and garlic. Just give this a stir. Now we're going to add in our tomato soup. Just give our tomato soup a stir. Now we'll add in our summer savory. Stir this. The summer savory is what gives it such an amazing flavor and taste. You'll see. My husband and I, we love pineapple, so pineapple tonight is going into our macaroni. Just give the pineapple a stir through. If you love pineapple and you like mac and cheese, homemade macaroni and cheese, you're definitely going to love this recipe, I promise. So to this mixture right now, we're going to add some breadcrumbs. And we're going to leave some breadcrumbs for the top of each individual serving. Just give this a stir. This is Nadine's famous homemade macaroni and cheese. And you'll know why it's famous after you try it. It's so scrumptious. It's so magnificent. You'll see what I'm talking about. You have to try it to believe it. So right now we'll add in about half of our old cheese. And my hands are very clean. Give the cheese a stir through. Our macaroni and cheese mixture, and we're just going to drop by spoonfuls down into our muffin pan, which is obviously greased. You're going to want to grease your muffin pan. And when we get them all filled, we will come back and show you what it looks like. So we have our muffin pans filled with our macaroni and cheese mixture. So on top of each one right now, we're just gonna put a little bit of breadcrumbs. Also right now, we'll put on some Parmesan cheese on top of each. Sometimes we have to make a mess. Life is not fun unless we have a mess. A little bit of a mess. Finish the tops. We're gonna just put on a little bit more of old cheese on top. Try to keep your cheese on top in the center so it shouldn't melt and go too far. So now that we have them all done and completed, we're going to put them on top of a baking sheet. So right now we have our muffin pans filled with our macaroni and cheese mixture, and we place it on our baking sheet, and we're going to put it in the oven. My oven is already preheated to 350 degrees, and we're going to put it in for somewhere between 20 to 25 minutes, and we'll check on it. And when it's golden, when they come out golden, you'll put your spoon in and just test the sides to see how they look, and when they're golden, they're done. So when these are done, we'll come back and show you how they look. So we've just taken out our macaroni and cheese, and we've let it cool for about 15 minutes, and it was in the oven for about 20 minutes. So we just let it cool. So we're going to take up one now. Look at this. It just plops right out. So to get this result, you just have to let it sit for a little bit, and it will firm up. And this is how it will look. So we're going to taste it right now and see. The savory and the pineapple and the two cheeses, it's absolutely divine. This is Nadine's famous macaroni and cheese. The pineapple and the cheese and the savory is all such a great combination. These macaroni and cheese individual servings are great for children. If they like macaroni and cheese, they're good for adults. You can freeze them for the week. They're good to have on hand. You can serve it with a garden salad. It's good if you're going out to a gathering, a family gathering, or work or whatever. If you don't want to make it as individual servings, you could just make it as a whole and put it into a glass baking dish and just prepare it that way and take it to your function. I'm sure once you try this macaroni dish, this will be your go-to macaroni dish. So I hope you enjoyed us here at Rise, Wine, and Dine again today. We'll catch you next time right here on Rise, Wine, and Dine. If there's any recipes you guys would like to see, let me know in the comments below, and I would be sure to make them for you. You probably already have everything in your kitchen right now to make this. You ought to go make it right away.